old idea of casting a circle was that it was a boundary, and it served as a kind of protection so that random forces or negative forces couldn't enter. It's really not been my experience. I have found the circle is much more like a container to work the energies in it rather than a defensive wall to keep bad energies out. However, casting a circle around yourself in a situation of chaos or aggression or tension is very powerful, very effective, and it works. You can be anywhere when you do it. You can be on the subway and you simply visualize the circle forming around you, in front of you, and moving all around you completely, and then above you and behind and all around you, essentially enclosing yourself in a sphere. And the good energies are able to come in, it's permeable, and the bad energies stay out. And it's remarkable when you do this that the sounds and the disruptions and the negative energies, which are out there with people's crazy behavior and all the stress of the culture, it's sort of like somebody turned the volume down on the sound. It all sort of drops down. Another wonderful way for protection, if you're in a situation with people who are hostile or aggressive, if you're in an office situation with people who are difficult, a small mirror, like even just a little compact, opened on your desk and pointed away from you. The idea is that it catches the energies that are being directed at you and deflects them back. Very simple. Another way that I've found extremely helpful, and which I told an old friend of mine who was a film director. I was working with him as a producer many years ago, and he would just explode at whoever was in his vicinity, and it was my job to be right next to him. I discovered that by standing sideways, his energies would literally move past me instead of hitting me square in the chest, where they would reverberate emotionally on me. So I would start to stand like this. And he also sort of calmed down because I wasn't in a posture of what unconsciously would be perceived as confrontation. So when you're in a situation with somebody who's very aggressive or hostile, you just sort of angle your body. And it's a very subtle way of protecting yourself from the influx of those energies. Another way is to envision a convex surface, right? This way or this way, right? So the energy is coming into it and moving back out again. We used to call it return to sender, and it was generally the idea of, no, thanks, we're not accepting delivery. You know, you keep it, it's yours, which I love doing with people, projections of people's shadows, particularly the satanic one. I mean, it's your shadow, you deal with him. They all work great. If things escalate and you need a little more protection, you can move on to something called banishing. I've learned to be judicious about that because if you're angry, it can inform the energy.